Ooh! Oh god, this is getting so good. I was wondering what kind of power it could be. And as soon as I saw Kujo's corpse, I knew it had to be some kind of... I mentioned before, right? If the theory of every artifact being related to a planet is true, someone... Well, I didn't... Not necessarily what I'm saying now, but if it is true, then someone would have the power of Saturn, right? Saturnus, Kronos, the god of time. And as soon as I saw Miyako's corpse, I knew he has to have the power to turn back time, right?
9、9つ9日、ここの
God,
色。
and she's gone from the... That is so good. Oh. Well, I guess that's the end of the visual level, guys. Oh well. See you guys in episode 2. Homepage, gallery, load game, new game. Surely, right?
鑑賞画面です。
What do you mean there's more CGs? I thought this was the end of the game. It has to be, right?
始まります。
I can't think of any other way to... There it is. I was wondering. But we finally got it. We finally got a choice. So let's at least save this, right? You know,
セーブしました。
before diverging from the main path. I should back her up because I should just mind my business as the other route. The first timeline, shall I say? Right? It's still yellow.
そら、ちょっと待ってろ。
There it is.
お、うん。
I walk over to Kujo and the pack of photo jockeys.
すみません。非常時なので避難誘導に従っていただけますか？
ミミカ？
ご協力ありがとうございます。あちらにお集まりください。
I get a little pushy and disperse the crowd. See, here's the thing, right? I don't think Kakeru is aware of the fact that he can turn back time. This is very meta, right? It's not on the same level as Virtue's Last Reward, specifically Virtue's Last Reward in the Nonary game series. But it is very, very similar. Unironically enough, this visual novel is called 9-9, and the first game in the Nonary series is called 999. I don't know what the significance of the number 9 is in Japan, but if I've had a nickel for every time every time I played a game with time traveling aspects in it with the number 9 in the title, I'd have 2 nickels. For crying out loud, do you have to be such sketchballs? Try and keep it in your pants, guys.
平気か？
ありがとう。
いや、俺もう帰るから。お先。
お疲れ様。
She seems flustered over me showing up out of the blue, making me think I've stuck my nose where I didn't belong. It's awkward to say the least. So I immediately take my leave.
おうおう、兄貴。なかなかかっこいいじゃないっすか。
Maybe I should clarify what I mean by comparing this to Virtue's Last Reward. In that game, in Virtue's Last Reward, there is it's very early into the game where you are given an option of voting to live or die. And it's kind of hard to explain why you got given this choice, right? But essentially, you and a partner are given this choice, and if you pick live, the other person will pick die. But if you revert your save and pick die, then the other person will pick live. Right? And it's kind of the same thing here, where the characters are unaware that time travel is a thing, and that there's this higher being, aka the player, who is able to dictate what timeline plays out. Essentially. So I'm very interested to see where this goes.
うるせえ。行くぞ。
へい。さつきちゃん、まったね。はいはい、お疲れ様。
Because unlike in Virtue's Last Reward, it isn't immediately apparent to the characters that something is weird, right? In Virtue's Last Reward, when you revert your save and choose die, the other character who you partnered with questions why you chose it, because before they got to choose their options, they both agreed to pick live, right? It's not exactly the choices, I think, because it's been a while since I played Virtue's Last Reward, but after the character tells you why you chose it, the response given, the main character's response given is, I don't know, and he questions why he chose die. So it is very much apparent to the main character, at least, that something is not adding up. In 9-9, it hasn't happened yet. But yeah, it's not going to completely change the story. I didn't think so. There are a few people who look like festival goers here and there. There are going to be snippets that are going to change, but not the overall story.
そうだ。あの時は、ありがとう。
Why is this one yellowed?
どの時？
地震があった後、指示を聞いてくれなくて困ってて。
余計なお世話かと思ったんだけどな。
写真撮られるのも覚悟はしてたし、それも仕事ではあったんだけど。
まあ、恥ずかしいよな。
そうね。実は、かなり恥ずかしくて。だから、新見くんがフォローしてくれて、とっても嬉しかった。ありがとう。
どういたしまして。
学校の人って来てた？
どうだろう。見てないけど。
I mean, technically his sister did.
そっか。あんな服着てるところ見られたら恥ずかしいなって。
And also, Ms. Narase, who is your teacher,
似合ってたけどな。
そう？
いや、まあ、似合ってたんじゃない？
ありがとう。
The conversation grinds to a halt. This also brings into it also might explain why it's split up into episodes, right? Because each episode is going to be focused on on a different heroine, and that heroine will be dating Kakeru. But then how do you transition to the next episode where he will date a separate girl? You can either go two ways. One, the dating aspect isn't canonical and is just a fun little thing for the players. Or two, they don't actually date. Which kind of makes it kind of defeats the purpose of this being a visual novel. You know, there's a reason why they're split up into specific girls, because you're going to be dating those girls, so it doesn't really make sense. But now the visual novel has provided a third option of, oh, I'll just go back in time, or something or other. Maybe it's something different than that. What the hell was I talking? What the hell was I thinking saying that? Okay, just take a sip of water and cool down. Gotta get this back on track.
にしてもイベントの後にバイトって働きすぎだろ。すげえな。
バイトといっても家業のお手伝いみたいなものだから。
仕事は仕事だろ。お疲れ様。地震とか今日は大変だったな。
Oh. We got given another option. Okay, we'll meet at the gate. Don't you need me to walk you home? It should be the one, right?
じゃあ、校門集合でいいよな。まあ、先生に言われた手前な。必要ないなら遠慮なく。
ごめんなさい。甘えちゃってもいい？バイト先まで。
そっちか。了解。
ありがとう。ごめんなさい。
いいって、心霊現象だろ。そりゃ怖いよな。10分くらいしたら行く。
じゃあ自転車準備して待ってる。
俺歩きだし、普通にかっ飛ばして行った方が早いよな。
そうね。
I give her a wry smile and head back into the hallway.
なんか怒られてる雰囲気じゃなかったね。つまんね。
お前な。
ちょっとダンシー、サボってないで掃除してよ。
うっせえよ上司。お前らこそ喋って掃除してねえじゃんかよ。
We resume cleaning after some screwing around. So I'll be walking home with Kujo, huh? I find my heart unexpectedly going aflutter at the prospect of going home with a girl. This is a big deal. We finish cleaning and I leave behind Yoichi engaged in chatting up a girl as I go off it to the meetup spot. As soon as I step through the school gates, I find Kujo there waiting.
悪い、お待たせ。意外と時間食った。
本当にごめんなさい。余計な手間をかけさせてしまって。
ホラーとか苦手なタイプ？
そんなつもりはないのだけど。
実際に経験すると別か。
そうね。不思議な出来事に対応できてないというか、こんなことで今日一日上の空になってしまって。
I wouldn't be surprised if they find out that Kakeru's power is the ability to turn back time when Miyako reads his memories for the second time. But I'm not sure. Because I don't think Sophie is aware, right?
妙に難しい顔してたのもそのせいか。
見られてたのね。恥ずかしい。こんなことで頭がいっぱいになっちゃうなんて、自分でもびっくりしてて。
昨日の夜飯食った後さ、 散歩がてら神社に寄ったんだけど、
ええ、
ぬいぐるみがポツンって落ちててさ、かなりビビった。気味悪いことあると背筋がゾッとするよな。わかるよ。
ホラーとか苦手なタイプ？
かもな。自転車二人乗りは禁止だっけ？
そうね。高速違反。
じゃあ歩いていくか。悪いな、徒歩に付き合わせて。
ううん。私がお願いしたことだから。本当にありがとう。あ、よかったらカゴの中にカバン入れてね。
お、ありがとう。
I accept her offer, put my bag into the bike basket, and start walking.
家までどれくらいかかるん？
ゆっくり漕いで20分くらいかな。
結構かかるな。
We share a rather ordinary conversation. We don't instantly hit it off or anything, but it's not like the conversation goes dead. Things go smoothly for the most part until, having run out of things to talk about, we both go silent. It's not surprising given the two of us aren't all that close to begin with. I'm not the type to come up with something clever to keep the conversation going either. And I would guess that Cujo is the same. Man, what was I talking about? What was I thinking when I offered to walk her home? I'm so not ready for this. Though admittedly, I've got something of an ulterior motive for agreeing.
新見くんはこの辺りに住んでるの？
ああ、実家は一駅先だけど、こっから10分くらいのところに今は一人暮らし。
そうだったんだ。だからいつも一人で食事を？
だな。
外食ばっかり？
自炊はしないな。めんどくさくて。
食費とかやっぱりそれなりにかかっちゃう？
まあかかるっちゃかかるんかな。けど一人暮らし始めた頃はちゃんと料理しててさ。
うんうん。
肉がてか野菜も意外と高いしな。ちゃんと食おうって思うと自炊でもそれなりにかかるんじゃないかな。
I'm not sure about Japan, but it is objectively cheaper to cook for yourself. But then again, from the Trash Taste podcast episodes that I've watched, I think they also agree that cooking your own food is expensive. So it's just better to eat out because Uber Eats is significantly cheaper.
だからナインボールの値段と量はすげえありがたい。
おじいさまがほとんど趣味でやっている店だから儲けはあんまり考えていないみたい。
だからか。おじいさまって呼び方なんかすごいな。
そう？昔からそう呼んでいるのだけど。
うちおじいちゃんだ。
そうね。それが普通なのかも。
ああ。
We finally get the conversation rolling, only for me to toss out that lousy response, and now we're both silent again. We struggle the rest of the way, maintaining a rate of about 4 parts conversation and 6 parts silence. To put it succinctly, our walk together is awkward as heck. No, it's only awkward because you think silence is awkward. We arrive. Mission accomplished.
ありがとう。
どういたしまして。よかったな、霊に襲われなくて。
そうね。安心した。
本当は平気だったろ。
そう思う？
九条は真面目そうだから先生に送ってもらえって言われて断れなかったんだろうなってさ。
真面目なのは新見くんも一緒じゃない？
授業は真面目に聞いてないぞ俺。
断りきれずに送ってくれた。
こう見えて世話焼きなんだよ。
よかったらお店に寄って行って。お礼に飲み物でも。これから用事とかなければ。
じゃあ一杯だけ。
うん、中で待っていて。私は裏から入るから。
わかった。
I temporarily part ways with Cujo, entering the cafe proper. The waitress shows me to an empty seat. Whenever I come in on a weekday, all the school uniforms really stick out. The place will probably start getting crowded soon. I've never worked a part-time job before, but it must be hard work. Yeah, I've never worked a part-time job either, and it's hell. I don't wanna. I sip my water, letting my thoughts wander as I wait for Kujo.
お待たせ。
ああ、あれ
Kujo takes a seat across from me, still wearing her school uniform.
バイトはてか座っていいの？
今日じゃなかったの。
え？
バイト、今日じゃなかった。
She's looking down, embarrassed. I guess she's not confused about her schedule.
そういうのよくあるん？
I guess she got confused about her schedule.
初めてやっちゃった。
I guess the paranormal phenomenon has her pretty shaken. Just as I'm about to say as much, I decide against it. No point in making her more upset than she already is.
こんなこと言われたらムカつくかもしれないけど、
うん。
九条ってもっとこう、すげえ隙のない感じかと思ってた。
ああ、
Maybe because she gets that a lot, Kujo smiles wryly.
冗談が通じないタイプ？
コロナのって聞いて、俺が勝手にイメージ膨らませてたんだろうな。悪い。
うん。でも、新見くん、ずっとここの店員の女の子と私をつなげてなかったでしょ。
ああ、いや、どうだっけ？
覚えてる？私が勇気を出して、これからよろしくねって話しかけたの。
ああ、覚えてる覚えてる。
その時新見くん、えって顔をして、しばらくしてやっと、あーって。
いやー、すぐ気づきましたよ。あ、九条じゃん、奇遇って。
奇遇って。やっぱり私だって気づいてなかったんだ。
すみません。
After digging a hole for myself, I blurt out an apology.
髪型変えてるし、ほら、ツインテール？あとメガネもかけてるし、印象全然違ってさ。悪い。本気で気づいてなかった。
ううん。ごめんなさい。意地悪言っちゃって。
普段はコンタクト？
ああ、度は入ってないの。せっかく可愛い制服だから、イメージ変えてみたいなって思って。
ああ、おしゃれメガネ的な。変装とかしてるのかと思った。
クラスメイトにバレないように？
そうそう。なら気づけないのは仕方ないなーって言いたかった。
みんな一目で気づくよ。
だよな。俺くらいだよな、気づかないの。
でも、1年の時はここでしか接点なかったから、わからなくても仕方ないよ。スタッフのみんなは新見くんの顔を覚えてるけどね。常連さんって。
みんな？なんかあだ名つけられてそうだな。
あだ名、あ、ハンバーグ先生？
あんのかよ。完全に笑い物じゃねえか。
あ、そういうのじゃないよ。一時期新見くん、ハンバーグセットばっかり頼んでいたでしょ？
あったなあ。いや、うまくてさ。うちのおかんのハンバーグカッチカチのパッサパサで、ここのハンバーグめっちゃうまい。
Look, all I'm gonna say is there isn't that big of a difference between a Salisbury and a meatball. It is just, well, they're saying meatball, I mean hamburger, because it's just the hamburger patty. It's a patty, right? But without the rest of the burger. So it's like, how do you fuck up? How do you fuck up that badly?
ありがとう。すっごく美味しそうに綺麗に食べてくれるから、親しみを込めてかな。みんなの人気者だよ、新見くん。
How do you fuck up that badly that your Salisbury is hard as a rock and dry as a desert? It's pretty hard to make them dry as a desert unless it's like 100% lean meat, 100% lean mince.
俺みたいに。
でも食べてるとき、たまに笑顔になる。
Oops.
俺みたいな愛想ないやつが？嘘だろ。
I must be doing it unconsciously. How embarrassing. Is she serious? I can't keep from blushing.
そうか。そういう目で見られてたのか。
人気者。
なんか大学生の女の人、アルバイトの。
藤木さん？
名前は知らねえけど、やたらハンバーグ勧めてくるんだよ。
そうなんだ。
絶対笑い物にしてるよな。
してません。本当に。
それは九条がいい人だからだろ。絶対笑ってるって。
大丈夫。みんないい人だから、本当に笑ったりしません。
しばらくここに来るのやめとこかな。
It's fine. It's only just teasing.
ごめんなさい。言わない方が良かったかな。本当にそんなつもりは。
いや、冗談。ここら辺じゃナインボールが一番うまいしな。
ありがとう。おじいさまに伝えておく。ごめんなさい。もう注文はした？
いや、まだ。
好きなもの頼んでください。お礼にご馳走させてね。
そんな気にしなくていいのに。
どんな小さな恩にも報いるべし。我が家の家訓なの。
すっげえな、家訓って。うちそんなのねえぞ。
そうなの？
せいぜい好き嫌いはしちゃダメくらい。
うちもある、それ。
Unlike on the way here, our conversation doesn't peter out. It's pretty smooth sailing. Well, aside from me not being able to look Kujo in the face due to some lingering embarrassment.
ごめんなさい。注文しなきゃだね。
そうだった。水しか飲まずに帰ったらまたあだ名つけられそう。
ウォーター先生？
サリバン先生かよ。
Water boy.
そっちの方がいいね。
Surprisingly enough, we're getting along really well. I was all ready to curse her for pushing this on me, but with how great this is turning out, I guess I owe a thank you to Ms. Narase.
おう、おっせえじゃねえか。
The moment I get home, my good mood gets positively demolished.
もう、待ってたのに。遅いよ、もう。
いや別に約束とかしてないし。
察して。兄なら妹の気持ちを察して。
無茶言うな。てかお前どうやって入った？
合鍵。
渡してねえぞ。
そう、渡してくれないからお願いって頼んでみた。
親父か。
ちょろかったですわ。
ほんとお前に甘いな。
They're having the same conversation from last timeline, just at a different time of day. So it's not yellow because it's a different setting. I stifle a sigh and throw my bag on the bed.
言ってなんだよ。
当たってないだろ。
はい。
何しに来た？
空きスペースの確認。
私物は持ち込ませないし同居もしない。
くそ。
帰れよ。
こんなに待たせておいてそれ言っちゃう？
お前が勝手に上がり込んだんだろうが。
一緒にご飯食べたかったの。たまにはいいでしょ。
食ったら帰れよ。
やったー。もっく行こう、もっく。
へいへい。着替えるから待ってろ。
おーい。あ、そうだ兄やん。ファイナルビルダーズでニーニが頑張って作ったお城、きれいさっぱり解体しておいた。
Nah, bro. You cannot just call it Minecraft.
やっぱお前帰れ。
Don't worry. You got a backup save.
おいしかったー。ごちそうさまでした。
Okay, there's the yellow text. The yellow text on her name, but this is still skippable text. So let's see. I went to 9 Ball, I came back home, and then I had to go right back out again, and settle with Sora to boot. Man, no wonder I'm beat. I need to get home and get some rest. I make it back home a little worse for wear. Thanks to Sora, my bed is a mess. All the manga she read without my permission are just lying around wherever she left them. Oh shit! You can cover Kujo or you can hit the deck. I went back a bit too far, but yeah, cover Kujo.
Kujo!
Kujo gasps. I contain the intense pain surging through me and kick off the floor, covering ground at a dead sprint. To covering ground at a dead sprint to Kujo to push her out of the way. The coursing flames sweep over our heads and converge on the student. The vortex of flames around him swirls. I'm Guy, thank you forever. A death cry. It fades off into the distance, along with the flames. It's almost as if nothing ever happened. The flames vanish as quickly as a bubble bursting, leaving not a trace behind. What the hell was that?
あ、悪い。大丈夫か？
大丈夫。ありがとう。二度も助けてくれて。
I realize that I'm on top of her, or rather pinning her down. So, in a bit of panic, I rush to get off of her and stand. Kujo probably took a pretty hard hit when I tackled her. As she stands, she rubs her lower back. I look down at the fallen student in silence.
生きてるよね。
No, but you don't know that yet.
ん？ちょっと待って。ニーニの方がハンバーグ大きくない？
I mean, shouldn't it be?
そうか。
大きいよ。みゃーこ先輩毎回ニーニの方だけちょこっとおまけする。
そうか。
あ、そうかな。新見くんハンバーグ好きみたいだからついそうなっちゃったのかも。私からしい。みゃーこ先輩、私よりニーニの方が好きなんだ。
Why is the I saw this before, but why is the text giving Miyako a nickname? But her speaking, she's still saying Miyako senpai, right?
好きってそんなつもりは。
俺、そら、やるよ。
マジ？やった！
人参。
いらないよ。肉ちょうだいよ。じゃあ私の。
いいから。そら、作ってもらったのに文句を言うな。
はい。ごめんなさい。次から気をつけるね。無意識だったみたい。ほう。無意識にニーヤンの方をひいきしていたと。なんだよ。好きなのか？は？不純異性交友とかお母さん許しませんからね。
そら、黙って食え。
はい。
As Sora's onslaught of teasing abates, Kujo fidgets with her chopsticks. What? She doesn't have chopsticks in this. She has a fork. Her gaze pointing downwards, and her cheeks flushed. I also try to contain my embarrassment, keeping up my poker face, as I chow down. She's being extra nice to me. She has a thing for me. Damn it! Quit teasing us like that, Sora. I'm already halfway to being in love with her. You know, I mean, probably. That aside, this delicious food sure does hit the spot. And it's so freaking good.
そうだ。そろそろやりまっか。
Still chewing her food, Sora reaches for her laptop, and so the merrymaking comes to an end. You see, this is also our strategy briefing meeting.
アガスティ。
Oh shit! Shake off her hand or give in. Well, it would be surprising if he could resist her powers. I claw my hand out of her grasp. No, I'm sure of it. She just tried to use some sort of power on me.
残念ですわ。振られてしまいました。
She smiles sardonically. I completely underestimated her. She acts gentle, and I don't think she even intends any harm, but... Wait, what? She acts gentle, and I don't think she even intends any harm, but she's extremely dangerous.
お水のおかわりいかがですか？
Kujo has probably sensed something was off, something is off. She comes to Kujo has probably sensed something is off. She comes to our table and flashes a look of concern my way.
いえ、大丈夫です。ありがとう。
I can't tip my hand, so I try to convey that I'm okay through my wording. Kujo bows a silent apology and returns to her usual post.
そう。彼女はあなたのお仲間なんですね。
え？
彼女もユーザーなのでしょ？
The jig is up already. My acting skills suck.
私は合格かしら。
え、いや、別に試すつもりなんて。
冗談ですわ。あなた様ともっと仲良くなりたかったのですが、今日は退散いたしましょう。あんなに怖い目で見られては、せっかくの楽しいお話も夢中になれませんもの。
怖い？
では、これにて。
Does that mean... Will we get a choice to go with Haruka the next time around? Because now we've proven that we can resist her powers. We aren't as vulnerable around her by ourselves, you know? Senpai takes a check and stands up.
大丈夫だった？
Kujo claims the seat across from me.
いいのか、仕事中に。
心配で。なんだか変だったよ。
ちょっとやばかったな。頭がぼーっとして。
平気？
ああ、もう大丈夫。
よかった。ほっとした。
悪いな、心配かけた。ちょっとうかつだったな。まさか能力にかけられそうになるなんて。
それもなんだけど。
けど
あれ？私、何に対してほっとしてるんだろう。
わからん。大丈夫か？
なんだろう。もやもやする。
体調悪いなら帰った方がってバイト中じゃそうもいかないか。
そうだね。お仕事戻らないと。
無理しないようにな。俺はこれ飲んだら帰るよ。
ニミくん後ろに。
じゃあ犯人にそのアンブロシアってやつを飲ませるか、九条の力で奪ってソフィーに回収してもらうしか。おっと。
A ringtone stops me mid-sentence. I quickly check my phone. It's a message from Kujo.
で、何？話はもう終わり？
そうだな。ありがと
う。Hang on, I need to... What did he say? So either we have to get the culprit to take that ambrosia stuff, or we have to get Kujo to steal it with her power and have you recover. Wait a minute. He got interrupted before finding out that the user dies when someone steals her when Miyako steals their artifact, right? I think that's the difference here.
じゃあ私は戻るわ。早く魔眼のユーザーを探しなさい。いいわね。
はいはい。
色ぼけね。
Bro. Sophie sighs at me as I sit there utterly distracted in replying to Kujo. I mean, true, this is the... he is closer to Kujo at this point than he was in the last timeline. And by the time I look up, she's already gone. I may have hurt her feelings a bit, but whatever. Kujo was more important. You did Dweller, there, are you feeling any side effects from her using your powers on you? I'm worried about you. Oh, yeah. You did well out there. Are you feeling any side effects from her using her power on you? I'm worried about you. Kujo offers a rather clinical reason for her message. since her writing can be a little stiff, it comes across more like a doctor's courtesy call than a concerned friend checking up on me. But you know what? I don't care. I'm happy just to be receiving a message from her in the first place. My heart is pounding, and I can't settle on how I should reply back to her. Because here's the thing, right? I thought most of these things were just... The difference between this timeline and the last one is that he's closer to her because of the first thing that happened in the second timeline of helping her out, right? And it's kind of snowballed into all of these things, and it's snowballed into this where he doesn't find out about Sophie, about the people dying if Miyako steals their artifact. So when he inevitably gets his memory stolen again, he won't get that memory because he doesn't have that memory. I think that's what's happening. Am I a fool, like Sophie said? Kujo and I grew up in vastly different environments. She probably has no interest in somebody like me. I'm just a friend to her. I've been trying to discourage myself, avoiding getting my hopes up. Maybe even turning the blind eye to my emotions, or admonishing myself not to get the wrong idea, because I thought his memories getting borrowed from Miyako would lead to her finding out there's another... that they've done all of this before, right? But if that isn't the case, because he technically doesn't have those memories, then it is the fact that he doesn't know that Miyako killed a guy. I start writing the message and I delete it, write it again, then it deleted again. Yeah. Man, this is not a good look. I'm going to have to face my feelings eventually, whether I want to believe it or not. I'm not going to be able to hold out much longer. I guess I like Kujo. And I guess I don't want her to find out. Finally, I send her a quick reply, I'm fine. So that's what she's gonna get instead. I sigh to myself, unable to imagine her having the courage to send me another message after getting that lackluster response. I think about Kujo, feeling my heart warm, and then feeling a needle jab back into me, and back and forth, back and forth. I'm probably just finding it hard to convey how I feel to her. I'm much more of a wimp than I ever would have thought, and that's why I'm holding out hope. I want to at least stay by her side as long as possible. I want to remain someone that Kujo can rely on, and she'll find out about this eventually. You just don't know when. I do, though. 4:30. No, it's 4 a.m. It's just 4 on the dot. Lazing around with my computer, playing music on shuffle. I mull things over.
弱気なこと言ったら愛想つかされそうだな。
There wasn't a lot to skip. I grumble as I sit up and grab my mouse. I start clicking through news sites for no real reason.
あ、
The first headline I hit throws me for a loop.
2体目の石像を発見。いや、あれはそんな大げさなことじゃ。
でも新見くんに勇気をもらえたから。
Okay, bro. Kujo smiles sweetly and I turn away to hide my embarrassment. You're playing dirty, Miss Kujo. Do you have any idea what that smile does to me?
で、俺は何をすればいい？
There's not a lot. There's like fluff dialogue in between these skip sections. Her eyes are so fierce. There's a strength within compelling me to throw caution to the wind and do whatever I can to support her. And this is why I'm terrified of her ever finding out the truth behind my own motivation. I'm not a pure soul like she is. I'm only trying to ensure that she isn't disappointed in me, that she doesn't come to resent me. Behind my poker face, I'm utterly desperate. I think for a moment about what kind of answer Kujo would want to hear, and then I give it to her.
俺にできることがあれば何でもする。
ありがとう。
九条が成長するために俺は何をすればいい？
勇ましいこと言っちゃったけれど、具体的な案があるわけじゃなくて、新見くんに相談できれば道も見つかるんじゃないかって思えて。
ああ、そっか。それが相談だったのか。
私、頭が固いから、柔軟な発想で助けてもらえたらいいなって。ごめんね、休日に。
I'm getting so embarrassed I have to turn my head away. Kujo doesn't think of me the same way I think of her, which makes this feel like torture. We're all alone in my apartment, and I mean, sure, we get along. I'm sure she feels some fondness for me, but Kujo is what you'd call innocent, untainted. Yeah, that's most of these girls. There's just no way this is going the direction I hope it is. Man, I'm suddenly all down in the dumps about this. What am I going to do with myself?
ごめんね、一人で盛り上がっちゃって。
いや。
Great. Now I worried her by getting all quiet. Nowhere to go, me. Kujo's apology gets me all flustered. It gets me a little flustered, so I try to cover for myself.
考えてたんだ。もっと、そう、解釈を広げられないかって。
かけるくんは私と出かけるんです。
あれ？
では本人に聞いてみましょう。
Damn, that's the first
どちらと
time.
一緒にいたいのか。
Usually she just calls him Nimi-kun. What? I mean, I understand what spurred her on to saying his name because Haruka did, but
必要ありません。かけるくん、行こう。
はい。
あらかける様、またいずれ。
はい。
返事なんてしなくていいんです。
はい、すみません。
Kujo yanks at my hand and drags me off. I kind of figured that they wouldn't give you a choice here when I realized that they kind of have to show that she reads his memories again because that kind of is the
おい、九条。
that's kind of the biggest divergence is the lack of information that he got in that scene before.
九条
うん。
って。
ごめんなさい。
He immediately releases my hand. Man, why did I say anything? I don't know why. You should have been just been basking in it, you know. Let her realize, be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Feign ignorance, you know. I flex my hand, savoring the lingering warmth of Kujo's body heat.
ごめんなさい、強引に。
助かったよ。また能力を使おうとしてたな。やっぱり魅了とかそんなのだと思う。頭がぼーっとして従いそうになるんだ。
魅了。
でも九条が俺のことかけるくんって呼んだのは驚いたな。
Flustered, she turns her beet red face away. Yeah, she kind of she became aware of the fact she was calling him Kakeru, like in the middle of her calling him Kakeru.
なんでだろう。張り合っちゃって。
いいけどな、別に。かけるくんでもかけるでも。
呼び捨てなんて。行きましょう、新見くん。
戻っちゃった。
だって恥ずかしい。
Kujo hangs her head and picks up the pace. Putting on a strained smile, I jog to catch up with her, and then match my speed to hers. We walk past the park, but not quite the whole way to the shopping district. This should be the big change, right? Because previously, none of the other changes in the timeline really affected the actions of the characters, but this should be when it changes.
終わったのか？九条？おい、九条？
I have to shout her name before she reacts. For some reason, she's acting really weird.
どうした？何がって。マジでどうした？今まで見たことない九条になってるぞ。
そう？
待った。記憶読んだよな。
読んだけど。
なんかその反応を見ると。
今すぐあなたを裁く必要がありそうね。
No, that's not. See, here's the thing, right? This reaction is a lot less sus than the other one. But why is Noah reacting so much more aggressively this time?
待て早まるな。ちょっと待ってくれ。
あなたも認めているじゃない。もう隠しきれないって。
違うって、俺じゃないって。
そう、新見くんじゃないです。新見くんは犯人じゃありません。
だよな、そうだよな。ほら。
なら、なぜそんなにうろたえているの？
うろたえてませんけど。
犯人しか持ち得ない記憶を見たんじゃないの？
そんなものは見ていません。
そんなものは？
待った。九条、俺の何を見たんだよ。
Man, this is not a good way to get out of this. That just makes you look suspicious. Also, what is my boy wearing? I mean, it's different, I guess. Kujo suddenly clutches her stomach and grins in pain in a super contrived way, might I add.
どうした？
能力の副作用が、なんていうか、頭が、痛くて。
Yeah, that's why you're grasping your stomach.
押さえてるのお腹だけど。
Touching, I mean, wrong word.
九条？
ごめんなさい。帰ります。
お大事にな。
ごめんなさい。
In an astonishing turn of events, Kujo hops on her bike and speeds off, stand pedaling all the way. What the heck, Kujo?
俺の容疑、
ええ、
晴れてませんよね。
そうね。
ですよね。何見たんだよ、九条。
本気で言っているの？それとも愚者の演技？
はあ？
顔が真っ赤だった。
そう？
あなた、九条さんに好意を抱いているでしょ。
How dense could you be? Even Noah could pick up on that she found out you like her, and she's a fucking chuny.
その記憶をデコイとする。用意周到ね。
待った。何の話だよ。
本物の愚者なのかしら。そこまで徹底するなんて。九条さんはあなたの記憶を読んだ。つまりあなたの行為を知った。だからあんなにうろたえていたんでしょ。今日がそがれた。なんて茶番。
いや、
お幸せに。
Is that why she's so hostile? She, is that why she was so much more hostile this time than before? Either she's jealous of Miyako, or she already said that she thinks it's a fucking cover-up. Yuki sighs deeply and makes her exit. Well, she's pissed because of how dense she's pissed because of how dense Kakaru is. I hope it's the third one. She read my memories. She knows that I have a thing for her, that I like her. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Look, at least he figures it out quickly, unlike last time where he really was an idiot and only realized until after she died. Essentially, it was the same day. It was like 10 minutes apart. It only found out the same day she died. Let's just go with that. That she read the memory of her killing the guy.